Are you starting to dream about hot cocoa, snowy chairlift rides, and zipping down perfectly groomed trails? Well, so are we. And that's why we're teaming up with Vrbo this winter. If you're like us, you're always in planning mode and trying to maximize the fun on your family ski vacations. Vrbo's got you covered with private vacation rentals designed for families and friends. Here's why we love Vrbo. First up, space. Our family loves to spread out when we travel, and we all know how much stuff a ski trip involves. Vrbo has a huge selection of quality homes, often with 3 or more bedrooms, so everyone can spread out comfortably, and there's room for all your gear. Vrbo properties offer exclusive homes with amazing views of the mountains, and many with ski-in, ski-out, slopeside access. Oh, and have we mentioned privacy? With Vrbo, you'll always get a private vacation rental, meaning no awkward host encounters or shared spaces. It's all yours. Now let's talk about amenities. Many Vrbo homes have gourmet kitchens, game rooms for the kids, hot tubs, and cozy fire pits, making them perfect for quality time when your ski day is done. And thanks to Vrbo's Book with Confidence guarantee, you're protected every step of the way with 24/7 support and rebooking assistance if plans change last minute. Ready for your next adventure? Download the Vrbo app or check out vrbo.com for trusted, family-friendly getaways and plan a stay everyone will love. This winter, we'll be sharing some of our favorite ski properties on social media. Make sure to follow along and get inspiration to plan your next trip. Welcome to Season 4 of the Ski Moms Podcast. We're your hosts, Nicole and Sarah.
We want to take a moment to remind you about the Ski Moms discount page on the skimoms.co website. We've collaborated with our favorite brands to bring you a ton of money-saving deals. For instance, we have a special link for Ski Butlers for 20% off your family's gear rentals. Ski Butlers delivers your rentals right to the living room of your condo or rental home or the lobby of your hotel, saving you hours of time. You'll never have to wait in a long rental store line at the base of the mountain again. When you use our links and codes, you not only save a bundle, you're also sending a message to the brands about the purchasing power of the Ski Moms. Head to www.theskimoms.co/discounts to take advantage of these special offers. The Ski Moms are with you today without a guest. It's just going to be Sarah and myself telling you what we have been up to, because the empire is growing and there are some updates that need to be shared. So you know all of the resources that are available and you can really tap into them this season and focus on the fun that's coming up, not just like all the little to-do things, because we've done them for you. And Sarah, how about the news that we are the number 2 ski podcast in the nation?
Yeah, that was amazing to see. There were 80 podcasts, first of all, the fact that there are 80 podcasts related to skiing was incredible to see. And then that we were ranked number 2 was definitely pretty fun and exciting for us to see that in writing.
I mean, above the people who have had racing careers and have so much actual knowledge about skiing, and then the Ski Moms who we have a lot of knowledge about organizing and getting small people where we need them to be. But I'm so impressed. Sometimes you can win the internet, and that was one of them.
Yeah. And so we just want to take a few minutes to, everyone listening to this knows we have this podcast, but there's a lot of other resources out there. We just want to run through them so that everyone knows what we've been putting together, where to find it, and can tap into all of these things that we've been pulling together that are resources for the community beyond just the podcast.
Let's start with the website. So this summer, when everybody else was at the beach, Sarah and I were designing a new website with the incredible Abby from Wavy Grape. Shout out to her. She's based close to Okemo. And the first website that we had was completely homemade. I did it in some weird platform, and it was fine, but it was very hard to navigate and didn't really tell the full story of what we have going on.
Yeah, so the new website is theskimoms.co. And if you go there, you'll see the menu with all of the different options of resources. One thing that I'll point out that I think is very relevant right now are the gift guides that we put out. We'll be publishing those over the coming weeks, where we pick our favorite gifts and finds for kids, for ski moms, for ski dads, for your home. We have one that everyone loves with advent calendars. So that's a great place if you're just thinking, I don't know, I want to do some Christmas shopping, but it's a lot of work to figure out all the ideas. These are things that we've given our own kids, our own husbands, and things that we use and love. So that's, I think, a great resource. And the other that you can use in the same, as you're shopping is the discount page. That's where we link to a lot of companies that we've had on the podcast that we've highlighted or others that we just partner with, where we have discount codes, 10, 15, 20% off products. Many of these are small businesses, many are women owned. So it's a great way to support small women owned businesses that are focusing on the ski and outdoor space as well.
It was definitely a labor of love to put this together, and we trademarked. I mean, nobody had trademarked the Ski Moms, but it is now trademarked. So that once we had that, then I was able to get the URL, and it was all building from there. And then one other thing that Abby built for us is a new rental listing website. That one is skimomfamilyrentals.com. And what that is a state-by-state listing of family ski homes that are for rent. It could be a condo, it could be a freestanding home. We've got everything from Connecticut, Massachusetts, Maine, Colorado. We've got a couple in Canada, a few in Montana. So we have over 50 Ski Mom owned rentals. And the idea is they all have their email. So it's an Ski Mom to Ski Mom. So you can contact them directly. You'll get the best rate. You'll find out the true insider scoop with that. And it's really to help you search easier. We are trying to really make it super searchable, super easy, and then also support ski moms. And we are excited that this year, in addition to those, Vrbo has selected their top 30 ski mom approved rentals, and we're going to be adding those to this resource as well. So these are vetted by Vrbo, or they're vetted by the ski moms in our group, but they're all super searchable. So when you're planning your holiday, you're going to get the slopeside access or the activities or the space that you want to plan your ski holiday.
Yeah, I think it's really helpful because when you go on some of these listing sites, say an Airbnb, there can be so many and it can be overwhelming. And also it might not really be where you think it is. It might be 15 miles from the mountain and things like that. Or we've all had bad experiences. So I think having a more vetted, curated list is very helpful.
So in addition to planning your perfect holiday, the right rental, we've got discounts. We have also been building out our shop, and this makes Sarah laugh so much because no one loves designing stickers more than I do.
Yes, I did. Nicole has got some great new stickers out there, which she loves. I tell her, we need to be smart about how we're spending our time, but there are some things that are just non-negotiable. And for Nicole, I think stickers is one of those. I try to tell her, what is the ROI on each sticker you mail out? And she doesn't care. So keep ordering those. She loves it. One sticker at a time makes her very happy.
And we've also added T-shirts, which were sold out in 24 hours. So I did place a reorder. We have refilled on those, and we're using, we're definitely keeping it local. We're using a small vendor in Vermont called Shirt Happens, and these live in my living room. I fold them while I'm watching old episodes of Parenthood, and I get out my folding board. I worked at Ralph Lauren for years, so I do have this clipboard that's a great folding board, and they're all shipped with absolute love. But we heard you loud and clear. Sometimes the print on demand is great. Sometimes print on demand is not the quality control that we want. So these are all living in my home. So they're very, very small batch. This is an artisanal T-shirt program.
And there's also a really cute Ski Moms tumbler that Nicole was using the other day in Vermont and was getting a lot of compliments on. And a really cool trucker hat is coming soon. That's in the works. So I think that will be really, really fun and popular.
We have our custom Rippin' Kitten patch and hat coming as well. So all of this will be in time for the holidays. So we are doing super small batch collaborations, again, because I live in my home and I want to stay married and have enough space for all of the ski gear. But we do love, building out our swag shop. And speaking of small businesses, this year, we're really going to be focusing on small women-owned businesses. So our Cyber Week is not going to be focusing on the best deals from Walmart and Amazon. Instead, we're going to be going super local and working with some Vermont brands like Skida and Ursa Major, super small candle maker in Vermont called Three Buds. We're going to really be focusing on the stories behind these brands. These brands themselves will have small discounts. Many of them, 10% is really eating into their margin. So we're bringing you the best deals we possibly can. And we feel great about supporting these women-owned businesses because that's how you really make a difference, and you make little ski towns like the Mad River Valley feel more quaint and adorable. If you're getting everything in the big box, the small towns are really going to suffer.
Yeah, I think that'll be really fun to see. I think there'll be some things in the cyber, what are you calling it? Cyber Monday, Cyber Week, that maybe you're familiar with, but some businesses that maybe that you aren't familiar with, and you'll see their products are all amazing. They're products that we know and use and love, and we're excited to bring those more broadly to the community.
Yeah, I mean, some smaller brands like Ski Passport, I've been loving that Passport. It's my grown-up sticker book. And a new product called Nose Love. It was one of those things I didn't know I needed, but it really helps with the dehydration you get in your nose that can often cause nosebleeds. Super small brand, Ski Mom owned, and this is her first season with her launch, and it's sort of this mentholy, almost like a lip gloss applicator that you gently touch it inside your nose and sort of line it, and it works like a charm, not only when you're in the mountains, but also if you're feeling a little bit under the weather and you have the sniffles, but something about that mentholy application really makes you feel great. So we're excited to be sharing about that as well. And we found a lot of these from you and in our Ski Moms Facebook group, and we don't talk about it probably enough on the podcast, but that thing is really magical.
Yeah, we want to make sure that everyone knows that there is this huge Facebook community just called Ski Moms.
Yeah, it's a private Facebook group. Yep.
Right. And you join, you have a small form you put in, and it is amazing how engaged this community is. There are right now, a lot of questions. I've got kids this age and I'm thinking about going on a trip to this area. Give me ideas, your best picks and tips. And the responses, the number of responses and ideas and just feedback and how engaged this community is amazing. And it's an incredible resource that everyone should be tapping into as they're looking ahead and planning their ski trips for the season.
And it is moderated. So we pay a moderator. Donna is incredible. So she makes sure if it's a question that's been recently asked and answered, she'll provide the link for that. She also really keeps the trolls under control. I don't know how she does it, but we have very few, spammy things or multi-level marketing that slip through. We've had the occasional man slip through, but Donna has really sniffed them out and kicked them off as well. And we had a friend who just joined the group recently, and she was just blown away by the resource.
Find it on Facebook, join that community. If you're going somewhere, search first before posting a question that's maybe already recently been answered. But I mean, some are so specific. There was a mom that just posted, this is her daughter. Her daughter is very tall and thin. Where can she find ski pants for a kid that's like very tall and thin? Or people asking about specific ski boots. A lot of equipment questions right now as people are thinking about getting their whole kit together.
And so that resource is incredible. We also do this super fun thing all year long called Monday Fun Day, where on Monday we share our adventures from the past week. In the winter, they're all snowy and super fun. Photos from the chairlift, or maybe a fall or a hike or something that just makes us really spread the joy of the season. And that's one of my favorite things, is to click in on Monday and see what the adventures all of the moms have been up to. Sometimes we share deals within there. Sometimes we share frustrations. Sometimes we share recipes. Donna, I cannot say enough great things, because it's by the time this goes live, there may be over 15,000 members in the group. So she does such a great job moderating and keeping it really positive and keeping the conversation really like Reddit, but on its best possible day.
Yeah. Thank you, Donna.
Speaking of women that we love, Kristen is another ski mom who we've been friends with for years, and she is helping us take on Ski Mom events. So we've heard you loud and clear that you want to take all of this online joy and take it offline. And I honestly thought my event planning days were over. I thought when I moved from New York City to Vermont, I really put that in the rearview mirror. But alas, we are back in the event business. We decided to make it as manageable as possible. And we're doing 4 events. The first one is in Palisades, Tahoe, and then 3 in Vermont. The Stowe event might kill me, Sarah. It's just so starkly different between Altera Mountains and Vail Resorts. I cannot say enough great things about Stratton Mountain. Gets all of the stars and prizes. They made it so easy to work with them. And Sugarbush and Palisades have also been great. So what we're doing is these are really for intermediate to advanced skiers. So it's more of a on snow bonding trip than it is really about improving your skiing. You know, those may come in the future, but it's about spending time together. We have really fun après ski parties planned that will be a little bit of information about gear and then a lot of fun as well. And our partner with this, Kristen, has been absolutely fantastic about planning all of the details. And there's so much we don't know about events. So we're very happy that people are being patient with us. We are definitely looking at more and more mountains for next year and possibly doing some day trips, but this is the model we have for right now.
Yeah, and you can find out about them at theskimoms.co/events. Like Nicole said, this is our first time doing this. There will be some group skiing, group lessons and guides. There's après ski activities and a goodie bag. And really, we think the most important thing is just it's about finding a group of like-minded ski moms to ski and get to know and just have fun together in real life.
Yeah, we've heard that loud and clear that women are looking for other women to ski with, especially after your kids are out of those group lesson ages where there's the capacity to meet other women in the same stages of life very easily. It's harder to make friends when you're in your 40s and 50s because you don't have these orchestrated events around school or sporting events to meet other women. So we're trying to make this a meetup, and we hope we do some matchmaking. And you meet somebody at the Stratton event, and then you say, not only are we going to go to Ski Moms events, but I want to, let's do a midweek ski day together. So we're really hoping that women will take this, add more days to their calendar, and have more joy.
Yeah, find a ski buddy and plan some other days out. I mean, that's what we do a lot together. There's a group of us that'll just say, let's meet up on a Friday morning.
We interviewed 2 life coaches this year on the podcast. One has already been live, Lenore, and we have a second one coming. And I took some time to work with a coach recently. And what I have learned is that what I want from the ski industry is really what I'm going to make of it. So trying to change the industry by going to industry events and being a speaker there is really not making much headway. By trying to make this more friendly towards mom and families, I feel like the best way to do it is kind of do our own things by building this empire out, offering more things to women and really recognizing what can I change with the limited amount of time I've got to do this. I still want to spend time with my family. I definitely still want to spend as much time as possible playing out in the snow. So with my work, I want it to be very focused and purposeful. And I do feel like the things that we're building out this year are going to give me a much better ROI than trying to change the industry from the outside.
I love that. And I think that leads to very nicely into the self-care series. So why don't you walk us through what that is going to look like? This is new, something we've never done before. It's very exciting.
We have also heard that the moms in this group are struggling to make more time for themselves, struggling to fit it all in, and really trying to focus on their mental health and their joy, not just being task oriented, but being more joy oriented. And we were trying to work that into the events so they could meet other women and celebrate in snow, but also being realistic that we can't get to all the states and all the women and all the countries that are in our community. So trying to think about a way to reach out to them, we are building out a lunch and learn series. So this is something that will be recorded on Zoom during the day, and we will have 6 experts this season coming and talking about everything from fitness to nutrition to sleep health, to organization. And they're going to be full of tips, really practical advice that you can glean, some takeaways to activate in your life and move forward. So we're going to allow 30 people per session, but we are going to record them and they'll be on video. And then those will live on YouTube and Facebook, and people can reference them whenever they want to. They could go through the entire series, or they could do them one by one. And we are so thankful that when this was not even fully flushed out, Verbo reached out to us and said that they would love to be a partner in this. And I consider ourselves very lucky that we have people who believe in this community so much that we didn't even have a proven product yet. And we were able to find a sponsor to underwrite the development of this. So we're so grateful to Verbo for that. And we're really excited about this series. It's going to kick off in November and run through April.
I'm so excited. I love those. It'll be, about 30 minutes full of just great tips and ideas and content that will just, even if we can utilize a few of them, it really adds up. And I love just hearing from experts on a very specific topic and thinking, okay, what are a few of those things that I can, bring into my daily routine or my daily life, and just, incrementally, like we tell our kids, getting a little bit better each day, just adding in something a little bit better to improve our overall self-care.
You'll hear a new voice and see a new face in this series. Our friend Jen, who knows a lot more about skiing than the two of us. She's forgotten more about skiing than we ever knew, that kind of expert, but she's also a really curious friend. She's always looking for ways to improve her own health and her family's health. So I think she's just the perfect person to lead us through this. And Sarah and I will help with moderating and will be supporting, but you guys hear enough of our voices.
Okay. And then we're very excited that we will be publishing in December our first physical cookbook, and it will be an après-ski cocktails cookbook featuring over 50 they're related to all different mountains, après-ski cocktails, both with alcohol and without alcohol. And they're so much fun. And we've made many of them, and we plan to make all of them over the course of the winter. And this is our first physical cookbook. It's so cute. How big is it? Small, right?
It's like 6 by 6, 8 by 8. I mean,
yeah, it's tiny and it's cute and fun.
I think we have to back up, Sarah. This has been 2 years in the process before you had this idea.
No, that was just this year. It's when we were at Breckenridge.
Are you sure we weren't talking about it before then? This is definitely like, I make stickers. Sarah dreams bigger. She's created a cookbook. So we had to source. We had 6 or 8 ski moms contribute some of their recipes, and those are super fun. And then really the rest of the research, I mean, we had to do the work. We had to drink the cocktails. We had to look at the menus. We had to travel. That's why it took so long. I mean, otherwise, Sarah and I would be completely pickled if we tried to do it too fast. And we did hear loud and clear about mocktails and alcohol-free. So we have a good chunk of those, a dozen that are alcohol-free. So for all of our sober, curious friends. And they're so fun. So we've matched every cocktail with a mountain. So for instance, there's Sugarbush Sangria. And then there's a couple different spritzes. And there's a few like hot toddies. And it's super fun. There's beautiful illustrations. I mean, if we knew how much work went into publishing a book when we got started, I do not think we would have published this book.
It was definitely a lot, but I think it will be so much fun, and we're so excited to see it. It's going to print pretty soon, and we'll have it available in the shop, and it'll be a really fun for any ski mom or as a gift.
Yeah, what we didn't know about publishing was also a real learning curve as well. And we are using a local, again, trying to keep it local. We're using Onion River Press, which is a very small operation out of Burlington, Vermont. And they have been a wonderful partner walking us through all the things we didn't know about publishing, and got us an ISBN number. We're going to be in the Library of Congress. I mean, who knew the ski moms were qualified to do that?
It got very official very quickly. We really didn't know anything about this, but I feel like that's the theme of a lot of things that we're doing.
a dollar from every cookbook is going to go to Share Winter. They've been our partners since we've started with the shop. We've really given them 10% of the proceeds. So they're going to get a dollar from every book. And Share Winter is an organization that we really believe in because they are doing the work of raising the money to support on the ground organizations that help families get their kids skiing. So they help with boys and girls clubs. They help with local organizations in the East, in the West, in the middle of the country. So rather than developing a new program to get kids up and running, maybe bringing kids from the city out to the mountains, they're focused on funding. So the organizations can do what they were already doing well. Share Winter writes the grants. They shake the money tree to get partners like Altera, and they're getting brands who are providing gear and cash. And it's a really wonderful partnership. I think Delta Airlines was another one of their big partners. So we absolutely love supporting them. And again, instead of the two of us trying to start a charity, which wouldn't make a ton of sense, we'd rather support somebody who's doing the work, and they've really helped thousands of kids get out on snow. So we feel fantastic about that partnership.
We do have a podcast with that organization.
With Constance. Yeah.
With Constance. And that was from a few seasons ago. And she was just incredible.
And now it's time to talk about our plans for the winter. We've done all of this work to get you all set up with a great season, from providing gift guides to events and to having these après ski books and all these different groups and resources. And we want to make sure that we are dialed in with our own seasons. So I am going to be at 2 World Cup events to kick things off. I'm going to be headed to Killington and then to Tremblant. We absolutely love seeing these women's World Cup races. Killington is blowing snow as we speak. I assume the folks at Tremblant are probably not far off from that. And I think I might ski at Killington. It's usually not a ton open, but at least you can get out there and slide around. Sarah, what's going to be your first day?
Probably Tremblant. I don't think I'm going to make it to Killington. I've been to all Killington for every year it's been there, and I love it, but need to spend a little more time with family around Thanksgiving this year, because it really does kick off right after Thanksgiving. And Tremblant is so much fun. We're going to drive up there, a few couples, and watch the races and ski some. And then hopefully when we get back to Vermont after that, there's plenty of snow and we can start playing right in our backyard at Sugarbush and seeing our friends at Stratton and exploring some of the mountains around us locally. And then I think you're going out west for Christmas, right?
Yep. So my college-age daughter, who retired from ski racing, and I are going to spend 2 days at Alta, so a quick 2 days there, and then we're going to be at the Stein Eriksen for Christmas. We decide our kids are 16 and 19, and they really want experiences, not so much. I mean, well, I'm going to be honest, they want stuff too, but we're going with the experiences. So we're going to spend 5 days at the Stein Eriksen and ski at Deer Valley and see some of the new terrain that they're opening up. So I'm very excited about that. And then very quickly after that, I'll be turning around and heading out to Palisades, Tahoe for our event there. And then things are getting like fast and furious from there. We've got those 3 events in January. And I am getting an Indy Pass again. One of the things that I wanted to talk about was really my ski goals for the year. And again, I was talking with this life coach, and it's really important to me to not get so busy that I lose how much joy and fun I have playing in the snow. And I do love my Indy Pass because it took me to new places that I would not have gone otherwise. I got to Berkshire East, I got to the Maple Ski Ridge. Those places really are keeping young families in the activity of skiing because it is affordable. It is, the group lessons are very accessible. So I really hope to do more of that this year. I'm not sure what those new resorts are going to be, but I think they may be in Idaho because we have a big trip coming up out there too, Sarah.
Yeah, we'll be doing that. And I'll be going to races. I know I'll be at Lake Placid. I'm a little scared, to be honest. That race might have my 2 daughters racing against each other for the first time. I'm hoping that's not the case, but that could line up that way. Which they've never been in the same age group. I've never had that experience before, but I do love Lake Placid. So if it's going to happen anywhere, I'd be glad it's there, Whiteface. And then, we'll be going out to Idaho, and I've never been there. And so we're going to check out some of the resorts there. Where do we fly into for that? That's Boise.
We fly into Boise, and we're not going to Sun Valley.
I've heard so many amazing things about Idaho, and and I have never been. So that's definitely my big ski trip that I have planned. And then we're also going to check out probably some mountains locally in the tri-state area as well. I think we had
we have
on the calendar.
Bel Air is on our calendar. We're going to be heading to Ulster County and writing about that experience. So I can find joy. It does not matter the vertical. And one thing that we are going to be teaming up with the Ski Passport. We met Kelly at the Boston Snow and Skiboard Expo maybe 2 years ago. And she has this great product called the Ski Passport. As I said, it's kind of a grown-up sticker book for families to record their memories. But she's putting together a goal sheet for the season. So maybe it's, I want to ski, this vertical, or I want to have this many days. And she's got a little patch and some stickers and a log that she's putting together. So you can order all of this online. We'll put a link to that as well. But I was thinking about my goals, and I always try to at least ski my age. So this year it'll be 53/54 days if I'm healthy and lucky. I don't know if I can get 100 days in like last year, but I really want to ski 6 new places this year. That's one of my goals, to ski and then write about those, and then 50 plus days, and really tap into the fun and the joy and ski with my girlfriends as much as I possibly can.
I love that. I haven't set, actual metric related goals, but I can think about that. And I think just to know, just to make it clear what we're doing here on the podcast, like each week from now through the end of the ski season, there will be a weekly episode published. We've recorded most of them. We edit them, write the show notes each week, publish them on Thursday with the idea that you can listen to it on Thursday or Friday on your way up to your mountain and get some inspiration and get excited about your ski weekend ahead. And then, at the end of the ski season, we go to more like a monthly or every 2 weeks and talk about things like, maybe more things like mountain biking or fitness and yoga and things like that. So just to make it clear what to expect and what our plan is for like publishing for the rest of the ski season.
Yeah, we've done a lot of work this summer. We've done, I think, about 30 interviews during the summer, because it's very hard to get ski and snowboard professionals during their main season. So we try to do an evergreen interview. We're not talking about what is happening right now. We talk about their stories in a more generalized way, and try to get information that's super practical no matter when you listen to it.
Yeah, and just remember, we have over 100 episodes, and this is the 4th season. So if you're heading somewhere, do a little search in Apple or Spotify for under our podcast. You will probably find that we have covered that mountain, whether it's with someone from the actual resort or someone who it is their local mountain, and it will be full of just great ideas and tips and insiders, where to get the best hot chocolate, where to get the best nachos at the end of the day. So make sure to also look back, because we have put out many of these, and to Nicole's point, they are evergreen. So even years later, they will still be very helpful as you're heading to one of those mountains. And we're very excited. Ski season is upon us, and we are so excited, and we hope to see many of you at these events we have coming up, and engaging in the community and out on the snow with us.
And we absolutely love when you either send us an email. Sarah always gets the emails from the podcast, and those are fantastic. Or when you engage with us on social media, that's usually me, Nicole, who is getting those messages. And I love the ideas or the feedback that you give us. And one of the best things that you can do to keep this community growing is share a favorite podcast. If something that you listen to really resonates with you, make sure you share that podcast. As you know, you'll probably listen to podcasts and they say rate and review, but those reviews really do matter and getting to the top. And I mean, Sarah and I, maybe we'll be the #1 ski podcast next year.
That's the goal. Help us get there.
There would be men rolling over and throwing fits if that actually happens. So we will keep shooting for that goal. But we're so grateful for everybody that listens, everybody that shares, everybody that feels like they join us along for this ride. So thank you.
Thank you all. We are in full ski trip planning mode for the upcoming season, and we have a great new Ski Moms resource to share with you. We just launched the Ski Mom Family Rentals website at skimomfamilyrentals.com. Our website connects moms across the US and Canada with family-friendly ski homes so you know you're booking from someone who gets it. Search by state to find the perfect vacation rental for your next family ski trip. We like to think of it as ski vacation rentals by moms for moms. Skip the stress of endless scrolling. Every property is handpicked with your skiing family in mind. Go to www.skimomfamilyrentals.com to explore our listings. Now is the time to book those ski trips for the upcoming season. And if you have a ski home to list with us, it's just $50 a year. You can showcase your ski property to thousands of like-minded moms. So visit skimomfamilyrentals.com to find the perfect place for your next family ski trip. Hey Ski Moms, we hope you enjoyed today's episode and got some great tips for your next family ski adventure. If you had as much fun listening as we did making this episode, we'd love for you to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our latest episodes. And don't forget to rate and review us. Your feedback helps us bring you more of the content you love and helps other ski moms find our podcast. So whether you're on the slopes or just dreaming of your next snowy getaway, stay connected with us. Follow us on social media, share your favorite episodes with your friends, and let's keep this awesome community growing. As always, if you have topics to suggest for future seasons, send me an email at sarah@skimomsfun.com. We love hearing from you. Hey Ski Moms! If you're like me, packing for a ski trip can be a challenge, especially when it comes to your boots and gear. That's why I'm excited to share the Diamant Weekend Warrior ski boot bag. We have been using it for a year now, and it's seriously the best ski boot bag out there. And over the summer, Diamant improved the already incredible design and launched their new 2.0 model. And we've got a special 20% off discount code to share with you. The key thing to know is that this bag is TSA approved and fits perfectly in the overhead bin as a carry-on. No more worrying about lost luggage or paying fees to check your boot bag. My ski boots are the one part of my ski kit I never rent. And if they don't make it to my ski destination, my trip's pretty much over before it starts. That's why I love my Diamant Weekend Warrior ski boot bag. The bag is designed by skiers for skiers with a water-resistant and ventilated boot compartment that keeps my ski boots dry and fresh. We've teamed up with Diamant to get you 20% off the Weekend Warrior ski boot bag for your whole family. Just use code SKIMOMS at checkout. Trust me, this bag will change how you travel. And the new Weekend Warrior boot bag comes in 3 colors: Diamant Black, Vermont Green, and Bluebird Blue. Which one will you pick to upgrade your gear? Head over to diamantskiing.com and invest in yourself this season while inventory is still in stock.